Hi, my name is Aya. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, A Very Good Life. You are entering into the Artist Salon, where we will be discussing trauma healing for artists in lieu of our upcoming workshop that is going to be September 23rd. And in this conversation, you will get to know an artist up close and personal and about her process.
This segment is
healing.
called the Artist Salon, where we will talk to artists who are on their shamanic healing journey, who are brave to come on and let us into their world. Talking about it will shine a light on maybe some of the dark spaces, and also maybe give someone an idea of what they can expect during a trauma healing session or a trauma healing group trauma healing workshop, which I have coming up September 23rd. We're going to introduce Miss DeAnna. Is that what you would like to go by?
Yeah, DeAnna, that's perfect. Yeah.
DeAnna, okay. And how old are you?
I am 36.
I don't know. I know you, but I for some reason that surprised me, that number.
yeah, I get that a lot.
So, all right. How did you find moi?
Through your YouTube channels, looking up astrology videos, and I resonated with them. I love the way that you explain certain aspects and certain things within astrology. I feel like it's very intuitive. I don't feel like it's generic or commercial. So yeah, I found you through YouTube. You were like actual first person ever that I reached out for anything, like any service, anything like this, and talking one-on-one with someone. So I just remember feeling like I needed healing, I needed understanding. And I felt like you were the right person to do that, because I know you weren't going to give me fluff. That I was just at a place of like, I'm ready to heal, I'm ready to understand, I'm ready to move forward. I have some blockages.
So, and speaking of you as an artist, let's talk about, and we did astrology reading at first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
then we did, you signed up for a trauma healing. I remember you being in like this transitional space, like right before our trauma healing for artists session. And I honestly feel like it was like super brave, the space you were in. I honestly feel like you're very brave for doing this in general right now.
Okay.
You know, is that a characteristic you feel like that's prominent in your character? Bravery, courage?
Somewhat. It depends. I would say sometimes it is more for selfish reasons. I just want to just be better, like constantly on a consistent basis all the time. So I'm always looking forward to challenging myself. But when I get out with other people and interact, I don't think the bravery is there. So I think that was one of the reasons what prompted me to kind of start talking to people, getting out, like trying to heal these wounds. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your history when it comes to your relationship with your art.
Oh my God. I mean, where do we start? Like, I remember.
I was thinking about starting like at your childhood, like how you found out you were an artist. What was that awakening like for you?
At first I took it as a child. I took it very seriously, but my mom would take us to the library every week, and I always would just gravitate to the artist books, to the art books. So I would take them home, and then I would want to do the projects in the art books and just be creative and things of that nature. When my sister was small, I would be the photographer and she would be the model. So I was just all in it, but there was also a part of me that felt like I couldn't do anything with it. It was just something that I did for fun. I remember like in elementary school, our grades were like E's and S's. So E was excellent, S was like satisfactory. I remember when I got an S in art, I bawled, I cried so hard because I was like, in my mind, I was like, I thought they were telling me like, well, you're not excellent to be this artist. So from then on, I kind of like went in and out of just trying to find other things, but art, I kept coming back to art. I just kept coming back. So
What's your medium?
I have various mediums. So I do photography, I do motion media, I do digital collage, I do traditional collage. I'm trying to figure out how that all like comes together and meshes together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, I tried to see, okay, I do want to do art, but maybe I need to, if I want to be in a professional world, I need to go to school for it. So then when I moved to Atlanta, I started at the Art Institute of Atlanta. And then when I felt like it wasn't giving me what I felt like I needed, I transferred to SCAD Atlanta. And yeah, my major was motion media and visual effects because I thought that was going to be the thing that was going to get me into the door to just be a creative and something that would be able to support my lifestyle. So yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What did you find out? And how long ago did you graduate from SCAD?
I never graduated. I spent 2 years at an art institute and then 2 years at SCAD, and I got burnt out. And I was like, in my mind, I got a degree. I need to do something with this. Like, I can't just continue to go and continue to get into debt. So, whoa, when was it? Oh, it's years ago. I want to say, 2018, I want to say.
That's interesting though. I hear a lot about that SCAD burnout.
Oh, SCAD is no joke.
I hear a lot about it.
You question whether this like art is your thing. And if you get through it, like that, it is a pat on the back, like all kudos to you. But I realized like there were some people who, it almost felt like it was a privilege to be there. Like you had to be privileged to go to school for art. So there were students there who, had their tuition paid. They didn't have to work. They didn't have to, all they had to do was go to school. And that was not my situation whatsoever. So there were challenges there, but I don't regret going.
Oh, I know you don't.
Yeah, I don't, like, you can't take that away from me, like,
oh
at all.
no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between you going to SCAD and you not going to SCAD? What do you feel like you got from that experience?
I got an idea of how the professional world works, how to follow instructions, how to get things done in short timelines, how to work with other people, just the lingo and the terminology that you use in those settings. And when I left, it felt like I got a sort of freedom, and because I wasn't boxed into this way and this time, and you got to do this, and it has to be labeled like this, and things of that nature. So I think that's been my benefit in my career so far, is because I dot my I's and I cross my T's. Because SCAD is, it's really about that. So yeah.
It's about being professional.
Right, very business oriented. They're trying to get you into these corporations and to be able to work for them. So, which is something that I liked but didn't like, because I'm like, if I'm spending all this money, can y'all teach me how to work for myself, how to go out here in the world and be independent? And I think that was the thing that one of the things that made me leave. And then once I left, I started a business with my sister. So
what type of business did you guys start?
Well, we sold clothes. So we started an online boutique. This was years ago. This was like, I don't know, this is before Instagram had hashtags. So we were just like figuring it out, doing the websites, doing the photography, doing the graphics, I was able to combine all the things that I learned and be like, okay, maybe I can make a living off of this working for myself. We had our ups and downs, we had our successes, but a lot of people still remember us for that. So I don't regret that at all. So, but I mean, I will say we failed in a lot, but we're trying to get stuff back started, not necessarily selling clothes,
Okay.
but just offering our services in a different way because of the experiences that we had years ago.
Okay. So do you guys have a formal business yet that you would like to share?
Well, we're starting, like, we want to start like a studio, so where other businesses can come to us to do their marketing or help with their promotion, photography, or things of that nature, and pay us to do that, because we've shown that we're capable of doing that ourselves. She works more in the front end of like fashion. I worked in the back end of fashion. So we're just trying to like combine our powers, our artistic powers, and work with other businesses and come out with our own. We just got trademarked for one of our businesses. And that's why I'm taking this break, so I can focus my energies on that. But I knew that in order for me to really be successful, there was some healing and some purging that needed to take place, because if I didn't, I would have just dragged all those issues into the business, and then it reflects on your business. It most definitely does.
Tell me about some of these issues that you were apprehensive about dragging into your next endeavor.
Not wanting to show my art, like my personal art, because I'm okay with, okay, you need a logo, you need a website, you do photography and that like artistic realm, but the art that allows other people to kind of get a glimpse of who you are personally and want to like bring you on into their team, I wasn't, and I'm still apprehensive of showing that, because I don't want to deter people from wanting to work with me because they think some way about me, or I'm afraid of judgment. I think of how I do my work outside of the professional world, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like figure out like, why am I so guarded? Why do I not want to show up into spaces? Why do I feel so small into spaces? I'm trying to like put myself more out there so that I can attract a tribe of people that would accept me or would be cool working with me. We do work well together, etc. So yeah, that's why this whole process is starting. So yeah.
When we got together last time for your soul retrieval process, you worked on art collage. You worked on a collage.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to pull that up. So this is what DeAnna created from our session. DeAnna, can you give voice to the image that we're looking at?
Well, going back to what I was just referencing earlier, if you could see in the middle, like the big black circle, there's like a small stick figure representing me, and the black circles kind of represent like walls or guards that I put around myself. But the colorful spaces in between represent the good parts of me, the parts that I want to show, the parts that I want to offer to the world, and how like I feel as though people have to get through those dark walls in order to get to those colorful parts of me. And on the dark walls, I try to write moving in. So from the outside, I'm gonna look at mine here. Just affirmations to myself, letting myself know that people will want to work with me. I am a value on a team. I am a great artist. Some of the quotes here are, "You are not perfect. Open up. You are not weird." Or, "I am weird and I need to open up. You are protected." Things of that nature. And then the words on the left kind of represent what I'm trying to block out. So I'm trying to block out chaos, disrespect, poverty, liars, power hungry people, dishonesty, etc. And it's like kind of the girl in the middle kind of represents the small inner child within me that I'm trying to heal, that I'm not really letting people get close to. Yeah, I think, yeah. So that's a place I created this from that space, you know, just wanting to hear that, wanting to heal that inner child so that my inner child can express itself, because it was the child that loved to create and didn't attach it to my lifestyle. It was just a form of my expression. So yeah.
So you come from the corporate world as an artist, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How is that different than creating something like this?
This was raw. I remember expressing this before. I had never done anything like this, because anything that I created that I felt I couldn't sell or wasn't selling something, I didn't think was valuable. So creating this allowed me to just release a lot of angst and hurt within me, and really allowed me to see like what I'm dealing with. So like this actually has a lot of value for an artist than you'll ever know, to be honest with you, because you need to do this, because I'm such a perfectionist. In the corporate world, it can be very like tit for tat on little things and moving things a little bit here and making things look perfect. But with this one, I allowed myself not to be in that space. And you need that release. You need that release. Like, well, I can just honestly say for me, like, I definitely needed that release. And so when you gave me the prompt, I was able to just put it all on canvas, put it all on paper. And I'm proud of it. I'm most definitely proud of it. It's one of my better.
I think it's dope.
Yeah.
It looks like graffiti. It looks like graffiti. Like it looks like street art, you know?
Right. It was organic, and it's just something like that I miss tapping into myself with this, because like you could get, when you work for businesses and you're just trying to make the dollar and you're trying to get the likes, you almost feel like you're not an artist anymore. So
interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So okay, we're going to move on to the next piece of artwork. I've never really experienced this one.
And neither will you, sugar, if you don't go to patreon.com/ajaaya. That was my little Richard impression. For the second part of the interview and exclusive content that you don't get to see on my YouTube channel, you can go to Patreon. Also, don't forget to sign up for the group Trauma Healing for Artists workshop, September 23rd. On my website, ajaaya.com, you will find the Church of Autumn incense and also the sun pillows for your meditation, creative, and sacred spaces. I pay reverence to you.